the greater good.
Oh, is that what I think it is? It is! It's the KS0 Ultra Kaspa mining mini beast from Crypto Miner Bros. I can't wait to FAFO with this thing.
Hey honey, you just got back from the crypto conference. You were gone for days. I thought you were gonna...
Not now, I'm doing crypto stuff! Thank you to Crypto Miner Bros for sending me the KS0 Ultra Kaspa mining mini beast. It's time to FAFO. Let's tear this thing out of the box and let's get it set up. You're going to need a power supply. I have one that I recommend in the description of this video if we eventually get to overclock these. For now, there is no overclocks available. So I would recommend skipping the power supply from Iceriver and getting a beefier power supply. I will leave a link to that in the description of the video. If you're new to mining, you've never seen one of these before, welcome. Welcome to the crazy world of mining. The heat sinks are here. The Ethernet plug is the first thing you're gonna plug in. Let's go ahead and plug it in. Boom, done. Now, the barrel plug, the laptop power supply, plugs right in. That's the barrel plug. You might have heard people saying this gets hot. For a 100-watt miner, it's not gonna get that hot. That is the main things you need to do for the KS0 Ultra, okay? There are fans on the back. They will start spinning in a second. They will automatically cool this thing to some extent to the temperature that it wants to be at. Now, the KS0 Pro, a lot of people have seen me FAFO with the KS0 Pro, put shroud kits on it and repaste the chips, repad the thing. At that time, we were trying to get the chip temps down. And right now, I would not recommend doing any of that, okay? So the KS0 Pro, when I was overclocking the crap out of it, you might have seen some of my videos where I prepped it, I repasted it, put new pads on, put copper heat sinks on the power stages, stuff like that. That is for an overclocked KS0 Pro. The KS0 Ultra doesn't have overclocks right now. And what I'm seeing is people are trying to do the full crazy on these things, cooling them off way too much, getting worse hash rate. And guess what? You will. These chips in all of these units are designed to operate in a certain temperature range. And when no one's had these yet, I feel like a lot of people are messing up and trying to cool these things way far too down when they're stock. I'm gonna leave the end plates on for now. See? These end plates, they can come off if we get to the point where we're overclocking these and the heat gets to be too much. But all I'm gonna do is take this, for now, USB fan. This is a 140 USB fan. I'm gonna aim it at the top, very simply. Set it right in front of it. And I'm gonna plug it in to the USB on the side here. And we're just gonna let it kind of cool those heat sinks down, just a tiny bit. So give me 1 second, I'm gonna plug this in. And I'm gonna aim the fan down at the heat sinks like I've done in the previous videos, like with my KS0. I did tons of testing to try and see how cool I needed to get this thing to have it run optimally. So you can kind of hear it, you could hear it a second ago whirring and like booting up and everything like that. Let's see if the fans on the back are spinning. No, not yet, so it might take a minute to boot up. So what I want to do is I'm going to do some thermal testing on this without this USB fan. I just wanted to show you that's how I'm going to run this thing for a while and just going to test it and see how it goes. Right now we're pulling 98 watts, 98.5 watts on the meter box. You can get a discount on the meter box. I'll leave the discount code on the screen right there if you want to get a meter box like that. Now, eventually, you guys can do shrouds, of course, if we get overclocks and it warrants it. This is a meter box shroud. You can get the shroud from the meterbox.com. Discount code is the same as the meter box power meter. So you can use a discount code to get that shroud too. And I have links to everything I use. If you ever want to get to the point where you're overclocking it, you can use the AXIAL 1238 is a good one. This is the laptop power supply I was telling you about. I'll leave links so you can get the copper heat sinks if you want, because eventually we'll be able to overclock these things. But for now, the best thing to do is be very conservative with these, watch them for a little while, see how they do. So anyway, you're here to see how it goes, setting it up. It's very easy. Let's go. Okay, you're gonna go to the official website, iceriver.io. You're gonna scroll all the way to the bottom. You're gonna go to tutorial. You're going to go to the batch processing tool. You're gonna click English download, and that will take you to where you can get the access to the web GUI. I've already downloaded it, so just download the batch processing tool and unzip it, open it up, and then you will open up Iceriver Miner tool. And mine's in Chinese. This is from a long time ago when I first downloaded this. See how it says IP right there? Your button should be in the same spot. Just click IP, and then an IP window will pop up, and you will hit the little button on the side, and I will show you in a clip on the screen which button to hit. And when you hit it, the IP address that your machine is connected to will pop up on the window here. You will take this address and you will copy it and you'll paste it into a Chrome browser. Okay, so once you've punched in the IP address into a Chrome browser, you will come to this login screen. The name of the device will be defaulted to admin, and the password will be defaulted to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Login. All right, and when you log in, your web GUI should kind of look something like this if your machine's been running for a while. I've had mine running for about 21 minutes, and I've already punched in some information into this machine, so I'll show you how to do all that. But right now, my 5-minute average is 392, and it is looking pretty good. So what I wanted to tell you is I took the USB fan off the top of this machine, and I am letting it run a little bit warmer. And I've set the internal fans to 25% for now. So when I first booted up, I had the USB fan on and I had the internal fan set to auto. And what I was starting to see was I wasn't getting as much hash rate. And I've heard other people say the same thing. And this makes sense to me because I've had the same issue with my KS0 Pro. If you try to cool down the chips too low on a KS0 Pro or a KS0 Ultra, the machine will not like it. They are designed to run in a certain temperature range. And since the Ultras are kind of new to the market, I would say let's just watch these things and see how they do for a little while. So far, it looks like they want to run a little bit warmer, guys, okay? So just kind of watch them for a little bit without a fan on top, see how they do, and we'll keep an eye on the temperatures too. So, oof, look at this. Exhaust temp 88 degrees Celsius. So that was with the internal fans at 25% and no USB fan. So I turned the internal fans up to 50%. I'm just going to watch it for a little while. In the meantime, let's go ahead and set up the proper stratum and wallet and change the password on the device while we're letting it warm up, and then we'll hit it with the thermal imaging camera, the Predator. Okay, things are looking pretty good so far. It seems like the fan at 50%. Let's go ahead and get the stratum and pool and wallet set up. So go to mining setting, and then you can just use this stratum if you want. It's K1 pool. I'll leave it in the description if you want to just use that and it's quick and easy, or you can pick your own pool to mine too. No worries. I don't set up backup pools for these. I find that it bounces through them kind of like more often than I like. I just leave one. You can do whatever you want. You can set up your backup pools if you want. I just find that it kind of glitches them out. And then for your wallet, I usually mine to Tangent Wallet. So my discount code I'll leave on the screen, and there's a link in the description for Tangent Wallet. If you want 10% off, my discount code is Greater Good, and you can mine straight to your Tangent Wallet if you'd like. So that's how you set up your pool and your wallet. Just copy your receive address right into the wallet/worker. And then in order to change your password, you will go to user settings, and then you will type in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the current password, and then set your new password to whatever you want it to be, and then just confirm and hit save. And then you will have to log back into the device. It'll say, ask you for your username and password again. You just type in your new password that you just made. Now, let's go ahead and take a look. Now that we've got the hash rate pretty happily stable at around 400 or so, 410, I want to see with the internal fans at 50%, I'm getting good hash rate in the 400s. I want to see how hot the outside of this thing is. The exhaust temp is showing me 76 degrees. I'm happier with 76 degrees. I didn't like 88 like I was showing you earlier. The machine seems to be happy. I'm gonna see how hot this thing gets on the outside, and we'll even check the laptop power supply, how warm that's getting. This is a 240 watt laptop power supply, so it should be pretty cool. And I use these laptop power supplies, the more powerful ones, because at some point I like to think that we will be able to overclock these. Let's go ahead and have the Predator take a look at this thing and see how hot it is. Before we do that, a quick word from the sponsor of this video, Crypto Miner Bros. Crypto Miner Bros is a trusted website that I use to buy ASIC miners from. They have all kinds of different ASICs that you can buy, and the prices that you see on the site are the all-in shipped prices. When you buy from other places, they don't always include shipping or import duties or any of those things like fees. So you are looking at the shipped price on Crypto Miner Bros. So this is where I got my KS5L, and I want to say thank you to Crypto Miner Bros for providing the KS0 Ultra for this setup and arrival video. I always have fun with these videos. Check out Crypto Miner Bros. I have a link in the description. It is the official link. Don't get scammed and go to the wrong website. Use the link in the description. It will take you directly to Crypto Miner Bros, and you can punch in my discount code for $60 off your order. Okay, so now we are 421 gig hash on the 5 minute, 410 on the 30 minute. Let's take a look at the intake exhaust temps. We're at like room temperature, like 75 degrees, and intake is 56. Temp 2 exhaust 72, and that's with the internal fans at 50%. No external fan whatsoever. Let's let the Predator have a crack at this thing finally. All right, thanks, Predator. I appreciate it. What? No, I'm not gonna pay you. Okay, fine. Send me your Kaspa wallet address. Jeez. Okay, so thank you to the Predator, and you guys saw it. You saw how hot this thing was, and it is hot to the touch. I usually don't feel like when I touch these things that I want to pull my hand away pretty quickly, but like I'm touching it right now while we're talking, and whew, it is hot to the touch. So I also checked the temperature on the barrel plug. You guys can see it's like, 39, 40 degrees Celsius. I'm not too concerned about that. The shell is what's really hot, and the laptop power supply is fine. It's just warm to the touch, nothing too bad, but that metal on that thing is hot, man. I don't know. I don't like it, but it is what it is. So let's take a look at the hash rate. And here we are back in the web GUI, and I'm getting over 400 gig of hash now, and I've gone through so many different configurations. I've been tweaking this thing, messing with it for hours, rebooting it. I tried USB fan on aiming down on like low, medium, high. I tried it aiming up to like exhaust the air off the fins, and I tried that low, medium, high. I tried internal fans at different speeds, and this is where I landed. Long story short, what seems to work the best was what I started with in the first place. No USB fan on top, the machine on its side, and the internal fan set to 50%. And that for me has been the Goldilocks zone. It has gotten me to where I'm over 400 gig of hash consistently, and I am gonna just leave it alone for now. So I wish these things weren't so touchy, to be honest. It is a little bit frustrating that I have to have it just right to get 400 gig of hash, because what if I want to move this thing out to my garage? If I move it somewhere else, I'm kind of afraid that I won't get the same results. I want the 400 gig of hash that I paid for. So if you guys are feeling the same frustrations as me, let me know. Hit me up in the comments below. And while you're down there, if you don't mind hitting the like button, consider subscribing to my channel. I've got all kinds of crypto content. I just got back from WDMS and Mining Disrupt, so I've got tons of footage I'm going to be posting, lots of cool interviews. So keep an eye on my channel and consider subscribing. And last but not least, don't forget to keep it decentralized for the greater good.